Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today I have a few tips for you to help you get better at sport mode, and you can take these to sport mode, lobby races or league races. I have 3 do's and 1 don't, and these are great pieces of information and will make you go faster and enjoy the game a lot more. So with that being said, grab yourself a cold beer or coffee and let's get into it. Our first example will come from here, Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in the Belgian Ardennes Forest. This track first held an F1 race in 1925. It's 7 kilometers long or 4.32 miles. It has a lap record of 1:46.286 held by Valtteri Bottas, would you believe. Now the reason I give this as an example is this track is a driver's circuit. It has every sort of amazing corner you want in it to help you improve in the game. And the best thing to do is to learn these tracks and practice them over and over again. And I can highly recommend this as a track to practice. This track will give you a lot more skill, a lot more speed in the game. It has a lot of things it can teach you, from using curbs to exit speeds to entry to on-camber corners and off-camber corners. This track has it all. So what do I mean by driving defensively? Do I mean just sit on the apex on every single corner and block the guy behind you? No, that's not quite exactly what you do. You can drive defensively and not lose time in the process as well. So I'm going to give you an example here from a lobby race. This is in Spa, and as we discussed previously. And what we're going to do is we're racing Lugosi behind us here, and he's going to get on my slipstream. I'm going to have a little bit of bad exit through Eau Rouge there and up to Radion. And he's right in my slipstream. So we're going to discuss now what he does and what I do. So he's behind me in the slipstream and he wants to overtake on the right hand side. Now normally you would go to the right hand side where that arrow is and you would defend that line. But what I do is I stay over to the left hand side and defend the line here. And the reason for this is because the next corner after the right hander is a left hander. That puts me in the perfect place to defend the corner. So let's watch. I give him space on the inside here. He's quite close just in case he goes down the inside. He doesn't fully go down the inside, but I give him space though. So he's got the space there. Now I'm going to hit the apex of the left hand corner, but I'm going to take it at my speed. So he will have to slow down a little bit because he's offline. And there he goes. So he slowed down a little bit and he's offline. So I've left him space on the right hand side there. He's got a car with some space there as well. And that's perfect. I can then hit the second apex and I'm through the corner and that's successfully defended. So that's how you drive defensively and not lose time. So let's see that example and let's see it from a different viewpoint as well. So here we go now. We're riding on board with Lugosi and he's come up behind us in the slipstream. And obviously he wants to try and overtake us for first place. So he pulls out to overtake. He's got good speed in the Nissan GTR and he comes down and I just leave him that car space there. Look, he can get through there safe. I'm on the apex. I'm doing my speed. He goes to the left. And again, I've got the apex, the right hand corner, and I have track position. So that's how you defend without losing very much time. Plus you kept your first place. So happy days. And now we'll head off to Bathurst in Australia and we're going to show you an example of situational awareness and things to look for and situations you can avoid to make sure you don't get involved in an incident. So we're heading down to the big stop here and I'm racing this Spanish guy. Gos XL, and watch what happens here. So I brake, I overtake him, he goes for the move, but yeah, brakes himself a little bit and I just make it through like nothing ever happened. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that. So let's see. So we're coming down the Conrad straight here and what we're going to do is we're going to do the overtaking move. It's going to be nice and clean. We're going to keep to the right hand side. I'm always aware he's on the left. Now obviously I come around the corner. Now I'm looking for my braking point, which is in between the 150 board. So we get there and just as I start to put on the brakes, I look in my mirror and I notice the car is massively overshooting. So I keep watching the car, keep watching the car, keep watching the car. And I'm just doing my brake at the same time so I don't crash off. So I know he's going to completely overshoot me. So I complete my braking event and then I will start to turn to the corner, bleed off the brakes, and I know he's just going to slide slightly by. Completely honest mistake, just outbraked himself in the corner. So now I know I have to get myself over to the left hand side, but in doing so I can do the overtake, but I know he's still there on the right hand side, so I've got to leave him space on the right. So that's exactly what I do. I leave him the space there, I leave him a complete car surf at the apex. I think I kind of surprise him here a little bit because he doesn't know I'm there. But yeah, so we get through and I haven't touched him, he hasn't touched me, and that's a perfect example of being situational aware and just looking in your mirrors at all times as well. So here's on board view from him. Obviously he just missed his braking point. He can spot I've braked, and good credit the guy. He went to the left hand side to get out of my way so he didn't hit me, and he managed to stop it in time as well, which is commendable. He just saw me there, but he didn't spot Void on the left hand side and knocked Void off. Completely accidental, of course, because all three of us were going to that corner. So one more look again, and we'll have a look now. And yep, just missed the braking point a little bit. I go to the left, I leave him space on the right. He gets surprised I'm there a little bit, and unfortunately he knocks into Void. So there's a perfect example of situational awareness for you as well. Other things you can do is try driving with the view that I use, and use the bumper cam with the mirror, and turn your radar on as well, and you'll see guys around you a lot more, and just keep an eye out for them if you're side by side, and it all comes with experience as well. So here's an example of what not to do. This is from a recent sport mode race at Spa, and I was racing this Italian chap, and I was right up his behind all the way through lap 1, and something bad happens. So let's have a watch through and see, and I'll let you see it, and you can tell me what happened after. Let's have a look back and see. So I put him on bumper cam here. I've checked this from every other view, and he could fully see me exactly when he did this. So he's under pressure, he's on joypad, he's braking, but he's like flashing his lights at the same time. He's really desperate to brake. He completely outbrakes himself and then tries to regain. He sees me, doesn't let off the accelerator too much, but decides he's just going to hit me and carry on. So do not, whatever you do, drive like that. That's just completely douchey, and the community is better than that. So afterwards he was like, sorry and stuff like that, but I don't take apologies from people who do things on purpose. So anyway, this is the final lap before I get rammed off in that race. Well, it's the first lap, but you know what I mean. Completely ruined my race anyway. So I'll let this play for you guys, and hopefully I've been able to give you some good tips for sport mode. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Feel free to like the video, feel free to share. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe also. I'd love to have you on board in the community. This is TJ, and I'll see you next time.